Well, I'm back with another update from the IROC. The car is continuing to get better. It's running pretty well. The major challenge that I'm still having at the moment is that the idle is very fast. It wants to idle around 1100 RPM, and that's like 1100 in neutral. It ought to be down, 600, 700, somewhere in that neighborhood. So the idle speed is very elevated. The exhaust note, if you go back and listen at the tailpipes, you can hear it misfiring. Just intermittently, just pop, 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 off and on. And it seems like the idle's a little bit unstable yet. So in this video I have two things coming. First is I'm swapping out the IAC and putting in a new IAC valve to see if that helps. I don't know, but the old one been in there for a very long time, so you'll see that in a moment. And second, in diagnosing engines with vacuum leaks, there's a technique where you apply smoke to the system. And I know in the professional world, for evaporative emission systems and so forth, there are smoke testers. Being that the idle speed is so high, one of the key things to look for is whether you have a vacuum leak. And I've been through the system, I haven't found any yet. But because of that, I'm going to test the system with smoke. It's kind of a do-it-yourselfer's, it's not a professional rig, but the idea is that you pump smoke into the system, into the intake plenum, and see if it comes out anywhere. And I'm going to try to work through and see if I can find any vacuum leaks, because the engine's just idling too fast. I don't understand why, and so far I haven't been able to get it to settle down. I've obtained a smoke machine that uses a water-based fluid that shouldn't be damaging to the intake or any of the gaskets. I don't expect it to hurt the engine. You think you have to watch what solvents you use in the system. Now that I've got the car back together and got some good tires on it, it's running pretty well. But I have had a challenge with the idle being a little bit unstable. So at this point I'm replacing the IAC valve and cleaning out the passages. That's why all the paper towels down here is, that's the port down there where the IAC valve goes. Here is, get this lined up, there is the old IAC valve. It's pretty heavily carboned up. You can see there's lots of deposits on the tip, which I could probably clean. But you can see the end is bad. The spring looks like it's rusted. I can't even tell what the post is, but being that this car sat for so long, rather than playing with it, I decided to go ahead and get a fresh one. And here you can see what a new IAC valve looks like. It's nice and clean, all set up to get installed. I'm just using choke carb cleaner to get back into that passageway, and because it also had a fair amount of carbon in it, which I'm getting rinsed out. So we'll see if that helps. I think I already showed you that I had a problem with the oxygen sensor. Put the old one back in, and now I've purchased a new one, so I'll put in a replacement that's fresh. And we'll see if the idle gets better. Okay, while I've got the car partially apart, I also want to just, with the idle issue, I want to make sure I don't have any issues with vacuum leaks. I was very careful putting together the plenum, and all the new gaskets and everything was clean, but these things have a reputation for vacuum leaks, which would upset the idle. So my intention here, although my machine went to sleep, looks like. Come on. Red light went off on the, there it is. When the red light's on, it's ready. So then I've got this funnel into a hose, into the brake booster hose. And here we go. pump a bunch of steam through it. Wear the gloves because the funnel gets hot. And I can see the tape up here kind of billowing, so you can see the pressure, it's getting pressure. And I see there's some coming around the tape on the front. Get this out of the way. But that's all I've got. I don't see anything coming out around gaskets. It's a Halloween smoke machine that runs non-toxic water-based solvent. But otherwise, that looks okay. You can see there's a bunch of smoke there coming out of the inlet. But we pushed it, pumped it in, and I'd say the gaskets are sealing.